What up, world? King Chrome here, and we are in the middle of a brand new soul exchange. This is, I think, what about the third or fourth soul exchange that they've had in the game, and sometimes you find some absolute winners. Sometimes you find some crap. I'll be honest with you, I'm not too excited about this soul exchange right here. Let's just take a look at some of the heroes that we have available. So we've got our boy Arfinius. Arfinius is a pretty decent sniper. He's one of the better of last year's Hero of the Month, where if you set him against somebody with high mana, he hits really, really hard. And paired with like a defensive down or a purple attack down, he can hit for a substantial amount of damage. But they try not to have the hero of the months be too good in the game. That's the current meta. It's like they're just above average. They're usually like B graded, maybe C graded. You'll rarely find a hero of the month or a past hero of the month that's like A grade that he's like, oh my gosh, I gotta have this person. Phineas was a B though, and I already have him, so not worried about this guy. Like Guinevere, really? She was the queen of tanks. She's massively outdated right now. I have her leveled. I have her with all the emblems. I refuse to limit break her. I mean, look at her stats. I mean, even though with the 800 attack and 900 defense, I still can't get past that. Like, her health just isn't doing anything. And the 20% loss of mana, usually people get, the other teams get that right back within like one turn. So you basically have just delayed the inevitable. So unless you have like a really good sniper or hit three that's gonna freeze them, Guinevere just needs something new. So hopefully she gets a costume or something like that pretty soon. But I don't see it, and also I don't feel like fishing for it. It'd be great to see her with maybe more of 1600, maybe 1700 in defense, seeing that she is primarily a defensive hero. And I mean, yeah, 900 defense is decent, but nah. But I'm keeping her. I'm not gonna toast her. Grace is pretty solid. She is the anti-taunt hero for the most part. Um, Again, hero of the month, so that just means she's a B plus. And guess what? I already have her. I already have her with some emblems. She's on my green mono team, and yeah, I mean she's cool. She's cool. You know, some of their passives like resist burn, which was pretty good for both of those heroes. There was another green hero of the month that also was like resist burn, so that's helpful when you're green fighting like a red enemies because reds usually set everybody on fire. And the druid class gives her just that first little minion to kind of get the party started as well. And she's an anti-taunt hero, but look at the stats, like 800, 800, and a 1700 fully maxed out. That's not too bad in comparison to like Guinevere, who was at like 900. I'd rather have this Grace, to be honest with you, but I'm a little offensive focused anyway. Then we got to here. To here, when he came out as a hero of the month last year, people loved him. They're like, yeah, with the 900 attack and 800 defense, I mean, this guy's just going to be a beast. He's been more of a glass cannon for me. I'm already looking to replace him on my lineup with Ruffian and Nurgib or whatever the name is. I mean, he's solid. Don't get me wrong, and he will hit like a truck. What I'll do is I'll set somebody on fire first, or like even low mana or something like that on a team. So I have him paired with Emilio and Marjana, and they get the everything started first. And then Tahir comes in and does the cleanup. It's a nice little synergy. He is not bad, but again, he's about a B. I think even when he came out, people were like, "Oh, he's B plus, A minus." Yeah, he's a B plus, and I mean he does have the stacks where I think he has no minions. He has a no minion passive or something like that. Let's see. Yeah, chance to bypass. He has something where he resists something. Yeah, here it is. Gives all fire allies immunity to new fiends for 4 turns. This effect cannot be changed. So there you go. That's a nice little um, elemental link, which I think is pretty solid. He's a little bit fragile, but if you don't have him, go for it. Alexandrian. I remember I wanted her so bad when she came out. what was it, about 2 years ago. I wanted her super, super bad. And now she's been completely overshadowed. If you are looking for a blue healer, she can get by in a pinch. But I mean, let's face it, if you don't have a lot of blues on the field, then that's really going to hurt you. And just like also most of the healers, they're always cleric class, which is nice. But if you're running low on emblems, and if you have other healers like Vivica, she's a cleric. Mother North, she's a cleric. All of them are clerics. All the top healers, to my knowledge, in recent memory, have all been clerics. So now you're going to be trying to pull more cleric emblems to get Alexandrine. So it's really about who is your most. Where do you need help at the most? Me, I needed a yellow healer like yesterday. Director Zuri. I think Ice Nefertiti is a yellow healer. Of course, she's one of the top yellow healers. And I didn't expect it to be on this. Um, so I was really, really hoping for that. And let's just finish it with Alexandrine. So element link, 10% increase for any healing received for all ice allies. I've got so many blue healers right now that I don't really need her. Just got a costume Ariel, so that's pretty cool. I'm not trying to brag, guys, just here to help you guys make a great decision. Whenever you say, like, hey, is this hero good? Pretty much every hero is good, guys, except for Salmon Loki. Everybody has a utility. And Zagrog, he sucks. And that Mokhtar, or whatever it is, that shark that hits everybody and they had a chance to fix, and he still sucks. But it's really about how much synergy do you have with your team and what strategies do you like. I like having at least one healer and one support healer for my teams, and then everybody else is just going to be attack, attack, attack. Either hit one, snipers, or defense downs, and that's what they mean by team synergy. So with Alexandrian, if you have two blues, if you're running like a 2-3 offense, right? Two of one color, three of another color, I would say that you could have maybe two blues that are attack, and then you have Alexandrine. She could help you out a little bit. And then you could have two of another color, and then one of them could be a healer, or they could be a buff person, or whatever. However you like to stack your offense. Not for me. Dark Lord. This guy, he made a tremendous comeback once they buffed all of the villains. And he's the mega boss of season 1. But look at this. He's a solid hitter, but 1577 in terms of max health. I'm not really too excited about that. Now, I may be looking into this a little bit too much. Because, I mean, look, he is a fast healer and he hits for 550. Like, that sucker hits. That's a massive hit right there, and he will wipe somebody out. Reduces duration of the target nearby's enemy buffs for 1 turn, and target nearby enemies receive corrosive poison for 4 turns. And it deals 174 damage and lowers the target's mana generation by 13. That's some pretty decent stats right there. Some special skills. He's a wizard class. That's not so bad. I don't have any other demons, any other villains to kind of work from. I remember last Soul Exchange, they had it. Everybody was kind of set up kind of like by class. But here it looks like they pulled a lot from the, not this, who do I want to look at? They had a lot of people from, like, this one is Wonderland class. They have a few of the villains, and they have a few Hero of the Months. Okay. This one is all over the place. Like, you have a random Gargoyle here. You have another Hero of the Month, and you have a Ninja. And then you have a Mage class or Magician, Magic family. So it's all over the place here. Again, kind of look at who is the most important for you. Let me finish up this so we can hurry up and start pulling somebody. Acrog. He's a punk. Like, I've pulled him 2 times. I've gotten rid of him 2 times. I don't really like his special. I don't care if he's a fast yellow hit 3. He's a punk. And I like the Underwild family. I've got a whole set of Underwild family that does great. But just, okay, you hit for 280 and you move them around. Big deal. Like, unless you're doing you have like somebody with a taunt or something like that, forget about it. Like, whatever. Mad Hatter, the Hatter. Does 40 to the damage. Okay, 40 damage to the target and minor damage to near enemies, which is usually about 200 damage. It's usually about half of whatever the main damage is. And he steals all dispellable buffs. So that's pretty cool. It's a good special. 1688, he's all right. Kind of reminds me of Tahir's numbers. Um, yeah, if that person has a really good buff or something like that, but this game right now is super, super minion heavy. But yeah, I mean, buffs can be annoying too. So would I take them? I've had them before, got rid of them. Didn't really like it too much. Queen of Hearts. This is one of the only red taunt heroes, other than I think Black Knight, and everybody loves Black Knight. I mean, she gets you a few minions. With 16 HP, that's not really the strongest minions compared to even the nerfed M&M. And who else is a strong minion creator? I can't think. Oh, Freya, of course, with those damn crows, or is it? Yeah, Freya. And when summon the playing card minion, does stuff, the caster gets plus 74 defense. There's a lot of taunt heroes, and again, if you don't have a taunt hero, I think you should always have at least one taunt hero. She's not too bad. And then, if you have other people from the Wonderland family, you get a nice little family bonus. What is this here? So let's see, mana generation goes up and critical chance goes up. Not too bad. So maybe you already have the White Rabbit, or maybe you already have Mad Hatter, or maybe you already have Alice. And Alice, again, deals 430 damage to the target. You get minus 44 attack for 3 turns. She used to be an absolute beast. She was up there as one of the top strikers as well. Now she's just kind of so-so. This would have been an amazing portal for last year. But this year, it's not stacking up. For me, I'm looking for you to have like 1800 health. And she's cool. She's a rogue class too. That's big. So she's still going to dodge, which is killer, right? So 20% chance to dodge direct damage. Sometimes this comes through in such a clutch moment. Now, who's this guy? Quartz. This is for 20 exchange. Insight key. All right, the mana charge, his best mana charge to regenerate a lot of health, 860 health, over 4 turns. It can't be dispelled. I'm really thinking about getting him. He's not too bad. All allies get plus 54 attack for 4 turns, and cleanses the status elements from all allies. Not bad. Maybe he only gets about here. All allies regenerate 554, and a status cleanse. I'd consider that. I'm surprised to see this. Cara, who I would feel is, again, about a B+. She was really popular. She's still popular in defensive lineups today. Why? Because she's a taunt hero. And I think everybody gets like an attack. Oh, she gets 74 defense, and then everybody else gets 34 attack up. Not bad. All right, she's a paladin, so she gets even a little bit more defense when her special gets activated. And she has resistance to stats that affect defense. Okay. And elemental. Not bad. And mana buff on dispel. So she's pretty solid. Arco. Man, I like the gargoyles. Gargoyles are tight. And he has the fiends with allies, and he gets his own little stuff. He gets a minion, and look at that. 30 HP and 20 attack. And they get... all allies' health is boosted by 75 for each minion. And since he's average, you're able to get new minions. I think that's every 10 green tiles. I think it's average. And if you have like super fast mana troops, level 30 mana troops, then it's going to drop down to about like 8, which is pretty good for a lot of people out there. I would get him, but I just don't have the synergy. I only have one other gargoyle, and I think they have a great family bonus. So they're immune to poison, they're immune to burn, and then immune to water. So having 3 gargoyles on the same team, I think is killer. I'm not sure if I have the 20 to really sacrifice, or if I want to. This one I had to kind of eat my words on Luana. I reviewed the Knight summon years ago when they first came out, and I still love the Knights, maybe because I just think that they look cool. But when she first came out, she sucked. Now They fixed her. Her buff is pretty serious. And the talent block is much more important because you could have a revive hero, and if she finishes them off, what happens is now they can't revive, which I think is cool. Or you have somebody like Mother North who consistently, for some reason, her little mana shield always goes off. Now she can't do anything. So a hit all fast for 256, which isn't going to, wipe out a team, but it's going to damage a lot. And if there's already a defensive damage down, now there's going to be some serious hits going on. So I like Luana now. I love the Knights. I was really hoping that Wolfgang would show up because he's one of the big pieces of the puzzle that I'm missing for one of my teams. But you know what? It is what it is. Would I trade up for Luana? I don't think so. I got enough reds right now where I don't really need a Luana, and I don't see the big sacrifice worth being made to get Luana because I think I only have about 15 people to exchange 5-star duplicates that I need to exchange, and they're just taking up way too much space on my roster. And she's still in the top 20 of valuable heroes or, top tier heroes. She's like an A+ hero, A high A plus hero in terms of her versatility. I mean, look at this. She's going to either recover your health or she's going to do a massive hit to everybody. Do I want to get her? Yeah. But for 20 people, that means I'd have to cut some people off the roster in order to get her. And I'm not sure if I'm ready to do that because I don't know where she would fit in. I do have a team that might be able to use something like that where she hurts them. So let's see. All right, so let's do this first because I know you guys love a good summon. Let's see what we get here, all right? Big money. All right, Faiz. Thanks. Thanks a lot. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get started. Go to the Soul Exchange. Let's start exchanging our heroes. Everybody here is pretty much like a double. For somebody who's really outdated, I'm not really too worried about King Arthur. He's not that dude. Hell is out of here. Margaret's out of here. I actually was considering jumping Guardian Panther because without a friggin' costume, what's the point? Plus, I already have somebody who does a defensive purple down, Vela. Excuse me, Kagaburo. What are we at there? 14. And I definitely have a Dr. Morax. I just don't see myself ever using him. And Theobald, I'll never use him. So I'm at 16. So maybe there's somebody here I could save. You know what? Let's save King Arthur. You just never know. But everybody else got to go. We got 15 on the button. All right. I just don't see myself really overextending myself to get Milena simply because I have like a lot of blue healers and Arco again. So let's go ahead. Let's do my boy. We're gonna go with Dark Lord because he's got the synergy. We're gonna do the exchange. There, yeah. This is my final pick. Everybody is gotta go. All right, welcome to the team, Dark Lord. All right, guys, I hope this helped you out. I will see all of you on my next war video. I know I missed a few, but, and also the game's been watching out for me since that terrible, terrible last war. So we've gotten some good pulls lately. We've gotten some good heroes back on the roster. I'm going to do a nice, huge costume roster pull next week. And I'm going to try and record this week's War Hits. So I thank all of y'all for liking, subscribing, and all that other good stuff. It really helps the channel more than you know. And I will see all of you on the next video.